Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's time for more Dragon Warrior Randomizer. The very start of the league. We've had 2 races last night, effectively 3 with the four-way race we had. But we're just starting off. Swiss brackets are going on, and there's tons of races every single day, every single night, for like a month and a half. It's going to be fantastic. I'm the Seawolf 1. RyuSeishin is here with me as well, but I believe he's distracted by a burger at this point. He'll be here soon enough. Racing tonight, we have Sparkover and Poidrac. We're seeing here Poidrac, I believe, came in from Final Fantasy 1 or a free enterprise randomizer, my apologies. And Sparko's been here since day 1. Again, brand new seed. Both the same actions, same level ups, same Dragon Lord stats, same monsters. So we'll see how it goes. And I see them getting ready to rock on my IRC. You'll see it soon enough on our screens. Alright, basic starting point, you have 3 chests. Maybe a good spell you can use. Trying to find a way to break out of that throne room while saving your key if you can. Alright, Poidrac rocking Arcrista's ring. Sparko rocking... Is that Wario? Yeah, it's Wario. Alright. Herb. Early game healing. Another herb. And that last one will be the key for sure. Big stats. 1918. No magic. Ooh, agility is through the roof. 6 and 14 for Sparkover, 6 and 13 for Poidrac. Again, they have different letter names, therefore different results. Ooh, not so big swamp. Alright, Sparko heading that left. Poidrac heading that right. Poidrac going very far. This would be dangerous. Poidrac might find a monster well beyond, a free town. I stand corrected. We found Garanham. Sparko, meanwhile, trying to find a small, not so tough enemy. Magicians are dangerous. There's just a low attack power. You'll be hitting for maybe 1 damage. You gotta roll a crit or 2 to get past those magicians. Ghost is viable. But ghosts also have a higher defense there, high agility, and a dodge chance, so they're a bit scarier. It's a both are feeling around the woods, see what's around the castle. What can I fight to try and gain a level? That being said, they have 2 herbs. Doing a long, dragged out fight with a magician might be a viable option. Alright, as our runners cower in fear of the local wildlife, we'll go over to Dragon Warrior's base premise. We must kill the Dragon Lord. To do that, you have to get the Dragon Lord over his castle with a magical rainbow bridge. You must make it with a rainbow drop. Ooh, Drakey has baby breath, which is bad right now. Where was I? Oh yes, Dragon Lord's castle. With the rainbow drop. And for that you need a Staff of Rain, a token saying, "Hi, I'm Erdrick," and the Stones of Sunlight. And the Staff of Rain can be found by a silver harp trading to another guy. So basically you gotta find 3 items in the world, bring them somewhere, get them fixed up, then go to Charlock, then kill the Dragon Lord. Easy peasy. Alright, Cursed Belt. Poidrac finding free money. Sparko right behind. So now Poidrac knows where Garanham is. I go to Garanham, try to invest. But wait, we have a soft enemy, a slime. Alright, stick around here, find them slimes. That's not a slime. That's a large armor and mohawk man. And then we go back to the castle. Sparko, meanwhile, finally says, "Screw it, we're fighting the ghost." Good point in chat, too. That throne room, or the Sunstone Cave, regenerates. You can grab 4 belts. You can grab a whole lot of money. Ooh, that were dead. Poor Sparko. Alright, Poidrac heading back north. Wants that slime. It's around here somewhere. So both the runners have high agility, so their defense is okay. But in a game where you can't heal right now, you can't dodge a combat attack. Defense is only so good. Especially for endgame enemies like star weapons you can find in Charlotte Castle.
I see. I haven't missed much of the action here. Doesn't look like anybody's managed to get off the ground yet.
Nope, you have 1 kill of a slime on Poidrac's side. Otherwise, it's been fire-breathing Drakeys, and I have 6 strength, so I cannot hurt you.
Well, at least we see there's a lovely curse belt to be found in the Vanilla Stones at Sunlight Cave.
Yes, and Poidrac, thinking about it, realizing I can grab those belts. Grab a whole bunch of them, sell them for cash. Alright, Sparko, meanwhile, heading far north, trying to find something to bail her out. Ooh, in the cave, no swamp, and a very angry Star Weapon.
Well, at least it's knowledge, if it can't be capitalized on yet.
So Sparko's aware that there's a few caves around. And Poidrac now is maxing out of belts. There
Well,
we go.
if I remember correctly, those sell for 120 apiece. So if you can find a shop, you can maybe get a hand axe and possibly a large shield if you make the sale enough.
Indeed. 180 for a hit, and Garanham is right by the castle.
Ah, that's right, 180 per belt.
So Sparkover is definitely, has the experience edge, I believe, against Poidrac in terms of playtime overall. Poidrac making a very veteran move, a very skilled move to, take lemons and make lemonade. Fortunately, Garanham has treasure in the back, being a key to get to it.
And it appears Sparkover has managed to find a ghost to grind upon, and may just get our first level here.
Now, she's seen plenty of ghosts. She keeps running away from them because she has a hard time hitting them. Because 6 strength is terrible. Alright, Poidrac. Upgrading. We got a club. We got a small shield.
Well, a club and a small shield is not much, but it will be helpful.
Club says my strength is now 10. My attack power has increased almost double. I mean, you get 2 shields and some damage. You ever play Dynasty Warriors and run to a Cow Ren? 2 shields could be a problem. Alright, Sparkover will do it the hard way. The good news is, I don't know if she's used them yet. There were herbs in the opening treasure chest.
Well, I believe she heard you loud and clear and answered your question there.
Alright, so we've seen the difference in power here. Sparkover is, wrestling this ghost. It's, rough and tumble. They're falling to the dirt a lot. It's a lot of mess, a lot of near misses. Whereas Poidrac's doing very little damage, but every round is doing damage.
And the good news for Poidrac is he does also have those extra herbs that he was able to purchase within Garanham. So
And
it
has
has
become a god.
club and a shield. That's all it takes these days.
Was it 14, 14, 8, 6? There's a huge payoff immediately. Poidrac grew 3 more arms and is now murdering magicians in 2 attacks. And level 3 already. Okay, that's fair. After level 2, level 3 can be mediocre.
Wraith Knights to the west. That is not something you want to see for sure.
Alright, so by the castle, you have Zone 0 by the castle, which is pretty safe, pretty noodly enemies. Next to that, and both sides, is a safer zone as well. Beyond that, anything goes.
It's looking like grinding away on some ghosts until you get a few decent levels, or perhaps a spell that might even give you some abilities to run around, such as heal. That seems to be that will be the strategy to go with.
Yeah, despite the power that you're seeing in Poidrac's side, The rule still stands that you cannot dodge in this game, therefore you're being hit constantly. If you can't heal yourself after combat, you can only go so far from the castle before you get sent back home. Ooh, but Skeleton says no thank you.
That's a shame. That skeleton would have been worth a good chunk of experience and would have put Poidrac over to the next level.
Yeah, enemies have an HP range. If Poidrac knows the stats of the enemies, there's a low and a high range for all enemies, their HP. A little bit of variance can fool you. The same reason why Hurt More doesn't always kill a werewolf, doesn't always kill a magic weapon. Because it can if you roll high and it rolls low. You gotta roll the dice there.
I've actually had just a moment to take a good look at each of the sprites that our runners are using. I don't know if that was mentioned previously, but it looks like Sparkover is running as Wario. Much respect there, because love Wario myself personally. And Poidrac has Christine from Arkista's.
Fun little puzzle game. I played it way back when. Right to that Brew video. Rentals. Hey, the Jerk Cave.
And another town.
Alright, so we go west. Oh, coal. It exists. It's real.
This is a good town to find, but will it have a good item is the question.
Urge's armor.
And that will be a huge find for Poidrac. Getting Erdrick's armor means a huge reduction in damage that he will take, as well as recovering HP every single step, not being able to be stop spelled anymore, hurt more, Dragon Breath and Dragon Lord 2 Breath doing significantly less damage by 1/3. And of course the swamp tiles are now not a problem.
So Poidrac. Ooh, and a metal slime. This could be nuts. This could be totally insane if this slime hangs around. Okay, no. So Poidrac, all falling in place for Poidrac.
And unfortunately for Poidrac, the attack power just a little too high to make the metal slime stick around, and a little too low to have a guaranteed chance of doing 1 damage.
It's a slime here. You're rolling dice. It might run away. Crit bypasses all the fun stuff and gives us free experience points. But slime here would be crushing through the early game.
Oh hey, we have a red slime over on Sparkover's side. That'll be a nice easy kill.
Nice. Vihei. Sparkover sprite is actually Wario. Alright. Sparkover gets the kill, gains the level, and is suddenly swole beyond belief. Still can't heal, but having literally double your attack power now helps a ton.
Oh boy, Metal Scorpion's hanging around, along with some Magicians even.
Yeah, Magician's not bad. Metal Scorpion, probably too much to chew right now. Magician's definitely a fair game.
Easily enough taken down. And we have a cave exploration on Poidrac's side, and we find a poltergeist who breathes fire. Good thing we got that arm.
Armor helps you, buys you a round or two, but the same problem is this: you cannot heal yet. Yeah, herbs, I suppose.
Boy, these zones around the castle here, we're seeing Magi Wyverns, we're seeing Warlocks, we're seeing Metal Scorpions, everything that you don't want to see right next to the castle.
Yeah, the castle itself is pretty tame, but it's in a swamp, so you can't walk around the castle like you want to. And the castle can be in any spot in that zone, so it could be a corner, and as soon as you walk left or right 1 step, you got a problem. But hey, a metal slime.
And we see Wolf Lords are some of the inhabitants in Mountain Cave, which is a cave that Poidrac discovered.
Mountain Cave is good free treasure. You survive the beast inside. Sleep spell will help. Hey, the Stones of Sunlight. And despite our jokes in IRC, no, you cannot take the stairs.
One day we'll be able to take those stairs.
And Silverharp. Mountain Cave has the goodies.
And still 2 treasures to go. Ooh.
Uh-oh. We'll see them later.
Well, as they are known, red dragons are the fun police, and Poidrac's fun just got stopped cold.
Okay, so Metal Slime's a goofy little creature, runs away, gives max experience points. Red Dragon's a savage murder machine, gives max experience points. What would you rather fight? Alright, so Poidrac may, in fact, skip the rest of those treasures for now.
Interesting move on Sparkover's side. We have a change in name.
We have name change and also level 1, which means that she can engage the Metal Slime with low attack power and it'll never run away.
That's a bold strategy here, and it could actually pay off very well. If you can take down that Metal Slime, that is worth 255 experience, which will catapult you ahead in level.
One slime will literally quintuple the points that Poidrac has right now.
And there was a question in chat of what Poidrac's sprite was, and that is Christine from Arkista's Ring.
Definitely a risk to be taken, however. When you're 20 minutes into a seed and you've gotten nothing accomplished, no, it might be time to rethink your opening strategy.
It is definitely a bold move, but I like it.
All you have to do is find the slime, should be good to go. Poidrac, meanwhile, heads west. Directions are important. Heads east. Then heading back to Tatangel. They walked west really far, found things they couldn't kill, and went back close to the castle. Sparko settling for the red slime for now. She just realized if she kills another red slime, she'll be beyond the threshold of safe slime hunting. Poidrac, meanwhile, is fighting anything and everything.
And Sparkover was trying to find that metal slime, but it's being very elusive now.
Oh, but geez, the first little silhouette of slime, I found it! And then it turns red.
And she is running away from those red slimes. Does not want to get that level.
And now it's a red slime now will hurt you in the long run. It's a free kill for you, but it will end your chance of hunting the metal slime. As far as Sparkover knows, no, she's aware that the enemies here are dangerous, our attack power is minimal, and I haven't found money anywhere.
Oh,
Behold!
But there's that slime! Ooh, unfortunately, no herbs left, and that metal slime does do some damage to you, though.
Well,
but she gets 2 in a row.
Brings it to the ground.
3 in a row, not even a struggle.
Alright, Sparkover, now after glowing blonde hair and icy blue eyes, has transformed. Now a whole bunch of experience points.
Ooh, and looky here, at level 6 or 5, we have Hurt and Hurt more.
Alright, so explosions are in due now, so it'll be interesting to see the matchup interesting now because Poidrac has the armor and exploration advantage. But Hurt more is the thing.
And she teaches that knight a lesson with a hurt more straight to its face.
You see here, Seeds can turn their heads very quickly. The Poidrac will have to develop this armor, really armor finding coal, which is probably really lucky, honestly. We probably walked pretty far away from the castle and had no business being that far without being killed by something, and found the armor early. So we'll see that armor look can hold on for combat long enough to develop hurt more any spells and try and play catch up. Yeah, the race is still not over by a long shot. There's a lot of things to find. Sparkover is not on the mountain cave yet. Neither have seen Charlock. Neither has seen the Silver Harp Cave.
We do have a Garenham find for Sparkover, though, so we'll get a few items purchased and a nice rest at the inn here, so fresh to go out and hurt more.
Yeah, Sparkover heads east, and suppose that way she'll never go west. And that means Poidrac's armor is still safe and hidden away in coal. What the Sparkover can do, that Poidrac cannot currently, is kill armor knights.
And we have 2 towns on Poidrac's side. Well, 1 town that is accessible, at least.
Rildar. Alright.
And that is a good find to keep the exploration lead going here, so that is Poidrac having access to keys now.
Yeah, Poidrac has all the tools lined up for beating the game. Now you can explore the rest of the world and do what you gotta do. Where Sparkover has the power to do so. And a few more kills, Poidrac will be right there with her. So again, the slime is a huge boost and gets her back in the race. It's not going to win the race by guarantee, not by a long shot.
Well, thankfully, the other town's just across the river, so not too difficult for Poidrac to get to. And Sparkover will be taking down one of those armored knights that you were talking about.
You'll be seeing Sparkover ripping chunks of experience points out of the game now. With Hurt More, you swing way above your weight class. If I can survive, you're hit back, I can throw 2 fireballs at you for like 120 damage. And good luck.
We got a Cantlin on Poidrac's side, so we'll be finding some coordinates here soon.
Maybe, but there's still no healing. So you can't... Well, Poidrac, not thinking about it, you can survive the barrier with Urge's armor. It doesn't hurt you. So Poidrac might not be aware that the armor keeps you safe. Poidrac, to my knowledge, is a fairly new racer to join a Warrior Randomizer. So armor might not click ahead like, oh, I can walk into barriers and not die instantly.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see. And hello, another town in a cave. Another town just across the river.
Yeah, I mean, this map's pretty crazy.
Well, it's just Breckenary.
Yep, Breckenary.
Well, we at least have the Tablet Cave on Poidrac's side and Sparkover digging into mountain.
Alrighty, so Sparkover will probably find the first few chests. You'll definitely find the stones and the harp. And Poidrac finds the dragon scale.
All that Erdrick left behind in there was just a scale. I wonder if he got that from the Dragon Lord.
Alright, we're seeing Poidrac now. It's interesting, Poidrac before made a pretty, ooh, the sword is a mountain cave, huh?
Uh-oh. We have knights breathing Dragon Lord fire.
Wow, okay, so a few steps away from Poidrac before the Red Dragon murdered him in the cave was Erdrick's sword. That dragon was scared. It knew what it was doing.
And a cave full of those metal slimes, too.
Alright. Sandal Treasury has Death Necklace, lots of gold, and a key.
Well, lots of gold and a key. That sets up a fairly easy grind.
Yep. Should Poidrac go to the bottom of the mountain cave and succeed in looting the place out, gold grind is go. You can find yourself a silver shield purchase location.
That'll be the trick there, is finding somewhere that does have it, or even checking the shops to find out if somewhere has it. So far, we saw the Cantlin Shopping Mall, we saw Breckenary, and we saw Remolder, but I don't believe Poidrac checked any of those shops.
Poidrac finds under the castle, Silver Harp guy. Alright, Poidrac has the Staff of Rain and the Stones of Sunlight. So weird incongruity here. Sparkover has all the power, has the experience points bonus lead. There's a sword, and obviously the stones and the harp. Poidrac has the finished harp to his staff, and a lot more exploration knowledge. So we'll see if you can adapt and use these skills better.
We'll be seeing the back of Garenham here shortly, and I believe that is coal on the horizon for Sparkover there.
Alright, Sparkover will find her armor. Garenham's back door has gold, and wings.
Well, with all the gold there, you could do a fairly easy grind in Garenham to pick up some nice armor.
I think they have a shield for sale, because fortunately, Poidrac already has purchased armor. Swamp Cave North.
Well, with Swamp Cave, we have a potential check at one of the possible grind locations.
Get the Princess Guardian Spike Tile. Could be an easy grind, could be a real pain in the neck. But we're not going to find out.
Not yet, at least. Looks like Axe Knight's hiding in Swamp Cave, though.
So Poidrac's now suffering by wandering so far off without having the hurt more spell already. Poidrac's not killing too much, therefore the experience points gains have really stopped. They've really slowed up.
Well, at least that exploration experience continues, though, because there is Sharlock for Poidrac, and I'm going to say that's Hawksness, I believe. I don't think we have any...
I think we had choices. It's probably Hawksness.
And it is indeed. Unfortunately, here for Poidrac, though, whatever might be lying in wait, he's not going to have any way of taking it down, at least not very easily.
Yeah, besides getting a sleep spell off and swing like a mad person, I don't see much hope in this fight.
And Sparkover putting that Hurtmore spell to good use and taking out these Star Wyverns. And yeah, we see there's a blue dragon. He does manage to sleep it looks like.
No, it was not slept.
Oh, no. Sorry, I was mistaking the damage the blue dragon did to Poidrac for Poidrac's damage to it.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Not level 5. Not with a club. And not with sleep. Sparkover is exploring the world. Seeing the vistas. Enjoying the beach. It also has almost every item that Poidrac has, other than the finished staff.
Yeah, still missing out on those keys, but I imagine Sparkover will be finding Remolder before too long, seeing as how armor and sword make exploration fairly easy.
Yeah, the keys are not seem to be important yet, though. The keys are definitely, usually a game-breaking item for a race. Nothing of importance has been found in the treasuries or in the back of Garenham. Death Necklace, I suppose, and the treasury, if you really had to use that. But in all reality, nothing has been behind a door that's been stopping you. So I guess the like a fool I say that and realize that below the castle is the Silver Staff of Rain Cave.
Yeah, that Zephyrine is hiding in the basement of the castle, so keys are going to be important. Especially considering Garnham hides the swamp cave, which leads to Sharlock, so keys will be a requirement.
Poidrac has found themselves hurt more. Finally at level 6. Don't do it. Don't talk to him. He's a jerk.
And Poidrac considers talking to him for just a moment. There's like, oh wait, I don't have the token. Never mind.
It's somewhere out there at the token. It could be in a chest. It could be on the ground. It could be in Hawk's Nest.
Good news on Poidrac's side is he knows where both of the, or at least where Hawk's Nest and Cantlin is to get some coordinates, so can always find it. Just depends on where. Will it be a flute? Will it be a token?
Sparkover, meanwhile, appears to be heading northwest, which is pretty much the exact opposite place to go to find all the stuff in the game. So she's ready to rock. She's killing everything she sees. She's not making much progress in terms of the extra unknown things. When she finds the cave, when she finds Hawk's Nest, she will carve it in half. Until then, she's going to walk in one direction. Alright, Poidrac back on the killing train, getting experience points. Also true.
I say once you get hurt more, getting all those kills, taking any kills you can, is always a good idea.
Yeah, but chat's mentioning until Poidrac is back and finds that one chest in the mountain cave, all the damage will be way behind what Sparkover can do. Yes, McGrew's new randomizer, new update to it. Whole ton of sprites, the whole rogues gallery of Dragon Warriors 2, 3, and 4, 2 creatures in 1, links around, Mario Brothers, Star Tropics, Chris's Ring, a dog, pet the dog. Also, 2 other game types. You have the 2 ways to win the game besides killing Dragon Lords. So you make like a customized race for yourself.
Funnily enough, I haven't even downloaded the new version to see what all new sprites were added.
It's super new. It's like yesterday new. Brand spanking new.
Just in time for the start of the tournament. And as Z-Man in chat mentions, don't forget Lolo and also Lala.
Alright, Sparkover finds all the towns, and the keys, and the hidden herb in the inn. So basically, it's even now. Once Sparkover heads a little bit more to the east, she will find other ways out, and she will find herself the swamp cave. Then she will probably find Hawk's Nest. So Sparkover turning a 15 minutes of filling around with no kills into a half-hour, almost in go mode step. All right.
And we get the Cantlin, and we will get to see what coordinates we have, if there are any.
Nice.
56 to the north and 69 to the west. That's kind of sounding like it may be on the other continent. And I think we'll be seeing princesses rescued here because that's some hefty coordinates on this rather wild and winding continent we've seen. So
yeah, we'll see how it goes. If she goes and finds Hawk's Nest first, she might kill the dragon there to see what's behind it. It might be a goose chase. It might be a fairy flute, and who needs a fairy flute? Until the final Ghost Guardian is a golem. But until then, you're in good shape.
Fair enough. that'll require a trip into Gardenham, but that is true. You could always go into Hawksness and find out that you don't need the princess, and she can just stay in herself.
Poidrac, meanwhile, is heading back and just basically finding things to kill. Dragons, Axe Knights, things that can usually die hurt more pretty fast, give you a whole bunch of rewards really easy. Ooh, level 11, a whole ton of hit points. So HP is starting to round out really nicely. Looking like the odds hold up 14, 15, 16. Probably a fair shot at Dragon Lord. Why do we spare the Gold Man? The Gold Man is worth money, but you usually find a chest in Randomizer much more easier than finding kills. Takes a good amount of damage. It's pretty durable, and the reward's not really worth the trouble.
I believe it's something to the tune of 6 experience from a gold man.
Yeah, so vanilla game is fantastic because it's like highest gold count in the game, and in vanilla you find like, oh, I put a chest, I got 12 gold. Yeah, I got 12 gold out of that chest. We've sped it up a bit with the randomizer. I know Smash is like almost one whole set of armor. Almost. The skill is donned. +2 defense. Yeah, there are a few corner case instances. If you play, cast doesn't matter much because it could be any amount of gold for any enemy. But if you're playing the seed and you're by a town, you're desperate for gold, and you have enough power blowing up for you have to go to the inn, maybe then you'll hurt more the gold man and take his stash.
I've been known to take a gold man out a time or two when I need an extra 255.
Yeah, I mean, it's there for taking. If you're really hard up and you're that close to a broadsword or something fancy, and the gold man's walking the wrong part of the street, you see him. Take it. There's the magic weapon, which is one of the stronger enemies that still dies to hurt more. So it's one of the freest trades. Sparkover has now acquired the Staff of Rain.
Oh, we're we're either a princess rescue or a blue dragon kill away from having all the items needed for the rainbow.
Yep. I mean, the jerk is due west of the castle. Not hard to get to. It's just a matter of getting out of here and finding either a spot on the ground or the spot underneath the dead dragon. Deep grave. I don't think we've seen the grave at all. I don't think Garen's grave has popped up yet.
No, we have not seen the grave at all yet. There has not been a grave. Which could be bad news for Poidrac if he should find the grave before fully exploring Mountain Cave. That's a hefty trek to search for.
Indeed. The Mountain Cave probably scares Poidrac now because in the back of your mind is Red Dragon, which means Poidrac still cannot fight a Red Dragon. That will end poorly. Oh god, the world's worst Demon Knight. Highest evade in the game to heal more. Alright, Spike Tile for the Princess is a lowly Axe Knight.
And that spells good news because as you see Spark over there, takes one step off, one step right back on, and And that is a very easy grind to get you to the in-game level.
Save me, Lota, save me. Not now, princess.
Yeah, we'll be waiting a little while before we save that princess. Probably until at least heal more.
Once she's low on hit points and enough mana for an outside spell, it'll probably be time to leave multiple times with your haunch of meat in hand and your souvenir shield and save the princess. Poidrac, meanwhile, is stacking on herbs. It's very important. No healing yet in this feud.
Sparkover being sent home a little bit unceremoniously, but that's okay. It's not that far of a walk to get right back to the knights there, the Axe Knight.
And Poidrac realizing that the armor does stop barrier damage. So I bought the herbs, tentatively took the first step, it's on a flash and realized, oh, snap. I could have done this ages ago. Alright, and Sparkover takes advantage of her unfortunate demise because she was in Garenham, opened Garen's chests, went to the grave of Garenham, which ended up being the mountain cave, died in the mountain cave, or the swamp cave, met the Tangel, which opens up 3 chests in the throne room, and then the treasury is wide open. So, 6 degrees of separation to find yourself some gold.
Yeah, that makes it a very easy grind for gold there, and Sparkover collecting just enough to be able to pick up a silver. Gotta find somewhere with it first, though.
Alright, Poidrac and Sparkover are right behind each other. Well, Poidrac just headed to the mountain cave, or the swamp cave. Find that Axe Knight.
Well, Garenham had the silver shield, so no searching required.
Sparkover was lower for Bear outside the fighter's ring. There's not much else she can put on to become stronger in this game besides gaining levels and eating the souls of her enemies. Outside that, she's maxed out in terms of gear and stuff.
It's funny. For once, Wario was as rich as he could ever be, and then went and spent.
That's not Wario. He bought something. It was not thieved, just stolen, or procured oddly. It was actually purchased. That can't be Wario.
Does it count if he purchased it with counterfeit money?
I guess that's kind of true. Okay, so breakdown. Putting it as a princess, as a Sparkover, about 10 seconds while the princess as well. They'll both go on a hunt for that spot in the map. They both have Urge's armor found in coal. Both have scale. Both have shields. Sparkover is ground up for the best shield in the game. Sparkover, by dint of walking 2 steps further down the mountain cave, has the Urgic sword. Poidrac does not. Jerks to the west, and the token is still at large. Okay, we're seeing now Poidrac heading into the general area, a little bit north, a little bit west, trying to find themselves. Let's get to the ballpark region, and we'll call the princess on the phone and see what she says about location.
Giving the princess a tour here.
It's a dangerous game. You get ambushed by something with fire breath. It can be ugly. Is there a game mode we can make where you can sell like a pizza in a shop and bring the Giant Lord? Do try a pizza delivery?
That's a different game. Pizza delivery is a different game.
Ah, yes, yes. That's a WarioWare game, not quite Wario game.
And this isn't Dragon Warrior. This is Dragon Wario.
Ah, now I get it. I'm playing wrong the whole time. Actually, Shuffler, I was thinking years back now. It's been probably 4 years now. Symphony of the Night, Castlevania. There was a they had puzzle races, and the 1 week's theme was Old Rox's pizza delivery. You had to go to the castle, find a pizza, go to Old Rox's fight, and throw it on his table before the fight started, and that was how you won the race.
Look, a Sparkover bridge.
Perfect. Oh, it's not there.
One of these days, the token is going to be on one tile on the bridge.
I always check. Even if I know better, I always check. Alright, so stats getting a little higher now. You're seeing the Sparkover has double experience points that Poidrac has. If a Poidrac starts fighting in that swamp tile cave against that accident over and over again, you might see it close the gap a bit. But the gap between level 10 and level 12 is huge experience points wise. There's a ton of experience points to gain. It's a lot of work to get that, catch up in that deficit.
Lots of bridges on this sea. That is one of the things that was updated, is the ability to have rivers run through the continents now.
Yeah, bridges were pretty common in the first generation. Then the first rehash of the randomizer, they kind of all vanished. Like, bridges were so rare in the second half. Then they come back with a vengeance. And Sparkover, ignoring all sense of good manners and taste of the princesses, and drags her to the box of Hawk's Nest in front of Charlock.
And there's the token.
Alrighty. So
Princess
now is...
rescue.
Princess might be around for the long haul. Princess might be there till they go to Charlock and fight the Dragon Lord. So Princess is not really important anymore. She might not even get home. She might get carried until she's dropped somewhere.
Well, she could be still carried home. Interesting thing is, if you take the princess all the way to the Dragon Lord, beat the Dragon Lord, come back to King Lorik and try to finish the game, you'll technically be rescuing the princess right then and there and bringing her.
It's true. The Game Boy version actually Dragon Lord comments if you bring the princess to him. So they actually made a check to see, oh, by the way, if carrying princess, mouth off. Alrighty, so Poidrac finds the bad news that the fairy flute, handy for one thing in this whole game, is on the ground somewhere. Could you imagine the vileness of doing a search like 174 across 3 oceans to find the spot and you find an herb?
Or I see some wheels turning in the chat here. Finding a cursed belt. That's people giving McGrew some ideas over here to make the search spot always searchable, but maybe not always have an item that you.
I would jump into my router and emerge on the other side and hurt somebody if that happened. Oh, Sparko drops the princess. Shadow Knight underground. Hard to fight. Demon Knights, they can't see. Very scary.
It's okay. We didn't need the princess anyway. We can always just go re-rescue her real fast if we really want. She's just right over here.
Yes, this card is pointing out the thing in chat that McGrew saves us from ourselves a lot with this randomizer. But we have wild and crazy ideas, and he's like, maybe let's just add a few bridges. And we say, yeah, okay, yeah, that's good. Level 13 has the vaunted Repel spell.
I still have 3 more levels to go, and we're missing that ever wanted heal more.
Your heal more is still evasive. All spells are learned by level 16. At level 16, you have to find every single spell. It will always be there. Worst case scenario, level 16. But Dragon Lord can't be beaten. No matter how strong Sparkover is, no matter how powerful she is. She has 5 swords and 3 arms, 8 shields, doesn't matter. In a game where you cannot dodge attacks, you gotta be able to heal yourself.
And I see why Sparkover just went and stocked up on herbs and went right back out. Wanted to go ahead and pick up their rainbow.
Alright, Trock is open for Sparkover. She can head over there at her leisure. Either grind in Charlock and see how bad it is. Maybe go to Treasury, find the Fighter's Ring to boost herself up. Or make a rogue swing at the Dragon Lord himself.
I foresee some more Axe Knight grinding in the Swamp Cave coming in Sparkover's future.
It's immediately on the way. Poidrac, meanwhile, has located the sword. So Poidrac now has her sword and is probably kicking themselves very, very hard. They were so close to it, and the dragon said no.
And I imagine Poidrac may partake in some of the Axe Knight grind going on here as well. I mean, it's there.
Alrighty. Down goes Sparkover to fight those Axe Knights. We'll see Poidrac's behind, and we'll see now. No return. Not sure Poidrac's play here. Okay, so the tricky part now is that it's part of our grinds. Even if they begin grinding simultaneously, even if Poidrac said enough's enough, I'll grind first my levels, then find stuff later on. Being behind, fight the same enemy over and over again, Poidrac will not make any ground up. They will not lose any ground. They cannot make up ground. Alright, Sparko having some bad luck. Every time she walks off that fight tile, she finds an encounter she doesn't want to fight. Alright, put it now heading back towards the Swamp Cave proper. $14 for Sparko.
Well, we get one of the heals, and it is heal more.
The only one that matters. Alright, Sparkover is basically in go mode other than stats. So she will grind until she feels she's ready to punch a dragon in the face over and over again and take care of business.
And a question of, is there a minimum level that you are guaranteed to get the last spell? You are guaranteed to have all 10 spells by level 16, although sometimes it may be level 16 when half those spells actually are.
I've had a few legendary heal more last seeds. I've had like 120 hit points, strength of the gods, and knew I could not fight the Dragon Lord because I just could not survive 3 fire breaths. Alright, Poidrac heading up to his find. Will they search the Sparko spot? They shall.
Poidrac knows.
I mean, you have to.
It's a you must do it. If you see a Sparkover bridge, you must. You could have already had the armor, the flute, and the token. You still search that spot.
But thou must.
Thou must go and search.
Alright, Poidrac came back to Hawk's Nest to take care of the dragon. I said the dragon. There we go.
Poidrac will be quite happy to see that it is the token and princess rescuing is not necessary.
Unfortunately, Poidrac has saved the princess and found the flute on the ground and has done all the work involving said princess. So time has been lost, unfortunately.
I honestly did not notice that Poidrac had collected the flute.
It was a whole adventure. Alright, now time for stat talk. Because the fighting Dragon Lords, stats are very important. The first stat's important is hit points. You want 91 or higher to be feasible. You want 97, 98 to be able to survive 2 full power Dragon Breaths. Otherwise, you cannot heal an attack. Otherwise, it's a risk. If you die to a Dragon Breath next attack, you have to kill yourself or risk losing your whole fight on one high roll. You really want 97. Really, really, really want it.
Yeah, 97 is the you are guaranteed to survive. Maybe not win, but you'll at least survive.
Okay, and Dragon Lord also defense is important. Well, Dragon Lord's defense is important. Your strength, your actual attack power. Let's see. I always forget the numbers. Is it 120? It's 120. No, let's see.
Just say right now, level 14. Everything is actually looking fairly decent.
I have my sheet here somewhere. It was stunted. Okay, so basically, so at 120, at least 120, your attack power minus 120, then divide by 2 for your high range, divide by 2 again for your low range. So basically, hurting Dragon Lord is very difficult, especially that Erdrick sword. The sword is a huge boost of attack power. Like if you have a strong siege, you can use a broadsword or something like that to kill the Dragon Lord if you have to. If the sword's somewhere totally accessible behind like a sleeping, fire-breathing golem you cannot possibly kill.
And level 15 holds heal. Not that we really needed it. That attack power is still looking a little on the low side though, so we'll for sure be seeing level 16. But unless there is a large boost in strength on level 16, I think we'll at least be having a level 17.
Yep. Strength's kind of low. HP is good. MP is fantastic. No, the stats there are pretty good. Agility started very high, but it's kind of petered out. Agility is not exactly fantastic. Less for fighting regular, more for running and not being killed in the process.
Yeah, but the good news here is with the agility and the defense power that Sparkover has with that silver shield, it will make at least the dive into Sharlock fairly tolerable. And we get Poidrac collecting their rainbow drop now, so Poidrac in the grind and go mode here.
Tilo, we have not seen Garen's grave, so we have no idea what that ring could be. It could be in Garen's grave, it could be in Sharlock's treasury, it could be in Vanilla sword chest. There's like another 8 chests out there still lurking, taunting their contents.
And nobody actually checked the Remolder chest, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Actually, no, I think that was a herb. I know Sparkover grabbed it.
Sparkover always doing the due diligence and checking that one lonely, forgotten chest.
I mean, you have to. When you have that chest, you find your keys, the first thing you do is check that chest.
Not if you're broke, you don't. If you only have enough to buy 2 keys, you wait.
But it could be the silver harp. There's Sparkover grinding, you get more. Surprise. Mill I think wizards are annoying because they are fast. You think they are to hit pretty hard physically, and they resist most spells. So when they see where you can randomize your abilities, it can be really terrifying.
And we have Poidrac on the Axe Knight grind in the Swamp Cave. So both runners are in the grind and go mode. It's just going to be who will reach the required level to beat the Dragon Lord first. Considering Sparkover has a rather large 6,000 experience point lead, right now I'd have to say Sparkover has the best chance.
Alright, you're seeing here in the background as we have our grind going on here with our literally the same events except for Sparkover dying, unfortunately, because she ran out of gas. That happens when you grind. Behind the scenes, Cyberdark86 doing the work of making pretty pictures and putting our voices on the internet to be heard by the masses. So, great appreciation to Cyberdark helping us out. Look, I'm on TV. Oh, defense broken. Okay, broken. So, wizards broken. Yes, they're broken because they resist most spells. But when they are broken, quote unquote, there's a formula for damage in the game. Once you cross a threshold of defense power, enemies hit you for a much smaller amount of damage. It's a staggering amount. It goes from like guaranteed 10 plus to like maybe 2, maybe 0. Like they have like almost 2 separate tables entirely for when they can hit you really hard and when they can't.
Yeah, if you're one who likes math, Dragon Warrior has a lot of math in it for you.
If a game as simple as Dragon Warrior, where it's 2 buttons, say Princess swings sword, Unga Bunga, now get behind the scenes. Whole lot of algebra going on.
And Ness Cardinale mentioned they are one who likes math. They are the resident mathematician and the resident cartographer.
This card is like math. This card does, counting precise spaces and doing frame perfect taps and change directions on the ground. No, it doesn't like math at all. Alright, so here's the common problem here. Again, as we're grinding here, they're grinding the same enemies. So Poidrac cannot develop a, can't catch up really. The lead will stay the same distance apart. And currently having double experience points, literally a Poidrac, if not more. Sparkover's lead is commanding at this point. So 15 minutes in, she had no kills, 3 experience points, and reset. And with the clever use of the Metal Slime, has thrown herself into lead from that point forward and basically caught back up, found her stuff, and just went tearing through.
I have to say that was definitely an excellent play on Sparkover's side. And
if Poidrac ran that one extra level, they started at 5 and started looking across the world to find stuff, and they ran at 5 for like a good 20 minutes. If they ever get level 6 and get that hurt more, they're in a much closer situation right now.
That level there, though, just one power yet again. So we will definitely be seeing a level 17, and I'm gonna go and go grab popcorn because I think we might just be here for a while. Level 17 is already a hefty grind away at 12,000.
As we were paying for our sins of level 2 being 14, 14, 8, 8, by level 16 being 1, 4, 2, and 2. Alas, you Sammy Sosa us. You're front loaded. Alright, so Charlock itself. So Charlock in the randomizer has 2 settings, long and short. Long Sherlock is the whole thing. Go in the castle, go in the ground, go behind the throne room, walk through a bunch of levels, and dodge the infinite staircase and fight a dragon lord. Short Sherlock, you walk in there, he's on his patio sipping tea. Just walk in there and punch him. So you want to do a faster race, you can do faster experience points gains, you can do faster item finding, ultimate conditions, and short Sherlock. It's a good time.
And we have somebody wondering what the dive looks like. I believe we have not really seen anything that will appear in Sherlock except for the red dragons and the star wyverns. Is there anything that we've seen? Golem? Have we seen Golem? Stoneman?
Have not seen a Golem. I saw Stoneman once, and punched Poidrac to death in like 2 rounds. So we don't know if they have any abilities. The problem is we haven't seen them do abilities. Red Dragon showed up and killed them instantly. No, Golem, Stoneman showed up and killed it instantly. We can't promise they have our vanilla enemies that just punch you repeatedly, or if they have terrible attack powers. I have no idea.
We haven't seen the wizards or the werewolves either.
Wizard was there once. I saw a wizard for a brief spell and promptly killed Poidrac.
I know we saw a green dragon. Don't know if we saw what the green dragon had, though.
Had a weakness for hurt more. That's what I saw.
With the MP we have here, that brings up a good point too. Normally you're wanting to save and not use quite as much MP on your way down, but depending on what we get up to in attack power, could be a fair amount of MP to spare. So some of those more annoying enemies, you can just hurt more and go.
Yeah, Chad's mentioning the possibilities of a comeback here. Poidrac is behind by quite a few knights. As long as they're grinding the same enemies at the same pace, Sparkover's better stats and more resources will make her have a much better time of it. But she dives, and something tragic happens. That's time spent for Poidrac to just keep grinding and get more experience points back.
That is very true, considering that Sherlock has been known to be a bit of an equalizer at times, depending on how well the dive goes, how many times you get encounters, how many times you fail to run, how many times you take damage and have to use some of that precious MP for your heal mode.
Yeah, Sherlock is a whole monster, and things that defy logic happen in Sherlock. I had a green dragon one time hold me up for like 12. I was running away, I had full MP, I was ready to go. I saw it on the bottom level of Sherlock. 12 straight rounds would not let me run. It just hit me with fire breath over and over again. I couldn't run away from it. It was a green dragon. I was like, 10 levels, it's better. And did not care. And I just refused to swing at it and waste my time. And it just owned me for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'd believe it. I've seen runners at in-game levels ready to take on the Dragon Lord and fail to run to the lowly blue slime. So
This is being ambushed. I was very weak once I got back to town, and I was ambushed by a blue slime level like 17, 18. Like a blue slime ambush that hurt more than it killed me. Like just that thing shouldn't happen by the math, but it's possible. It can happen. You're never totally safe.
And Sparko, we're going to employ a fairly well-known tactic of grabbing your last level on the way down and hoping that it gives you what you need.
Yeah, her strength's not great for Dragon Lord, but it's certainly potent enough to take down anything she sees in her way. Except maybe this guy. Oh, okay, never mind, we're safe.
Oh, Spell of Hurt. That's not going to bother anyone.
Might be a 25% chance to cast Hurt. Yeah, I think it's a low chance. So the T's there with Hurt, like, I just cast Hurt, and then I swing my other hand repeatedly.
Yeah, and there goes one of those precious heal mores. But it'll be worth the 255 experience you get from a golem, at least.
Golems are a third maximum experience points enemy. 255 experience, but a truckload of hit points and hits like 5 trucks on fire.
And looks like werewolves do not bring much to the party. Here comes those stonemen, though, and Sparkover wants nothing from them.
Sparkover does like this floor. Charlie has three levels and 3 grades of enemies, basically, you find 3 sets. So if you don't like floor 1, 2, and 3, head downstairs a little more.
And there's some more of those Axe Knights, which those are easily able to be taken down in 2 hits now.
Alright, Poidrac still getting the grind on. Level 14. Still behind by literally, not half anymore. 5,000 experience points. But again, ran out of gas, which is the nature of the seed. You heal till you can't. Keep swinging until you fall down. Go back, do it again.
Oh no. Oh, that level. Everything else is beautiful, but no attack power at all.
This is tragic.
But you know what? There's somebody else who's racing tonight who loves it.
I'm going to attempt to do the Jedi voice. I don't have the power. Alright, Sparko says, fine, I'll grind over here instead.
Well, the Blue Dragon grind is a little bit more fruitful. You get 180 compared to the 130 from the Axe Knights.
So which is horrifying for Poidrac, because now we know that extra levels of grinding are not going to be effective or enough. Sparkover's not going to grind more efficiently, probably faster, and get more experience points.
You get two swings at a Blue Dragon to take it down. It's not hitting you for a whole lot, so every now and then you can throw a heal more out, and instead of using those hurt mores, but well, Sparkover's doing some hurt.
Let's roll the dice a bit. She's trying to swing once and then hurt more to finish it off, because it's still a Blue Dragon. It's still quite beefy. Alright, Jovim. We need more strength. We need more power. Steve started off with a sword for free in the mountain cave and a huge boost of power level 2, level 3, and then it's been kind of flatline ever since. So the strength has been silently not doing its job.
And a good point being brought up, the Death Necklace, which hasn't really been talked about yet, and at least not to my knowledge of what it does here in the randomizer. In the vanilla game, it does absolutely nothing except for squeeze you tightly and makes you be cursed. So not a fun time, because that'll get you kicked out of the castle, and the king won't like you until you go back to Brecconary and get it removed. But here in the randomizer, it's been modified slightly. At the cost of 25% of your HP, you can get an extra 10 attack power. So typically you want to have about 130 HP, so that you will have 97 still left over to take 2 hits from the Dragonlord Breath. And, yeah, and I'm in agreement there. Typical Brecconary of Brecconary. Bye.
Lawyer's improv. Joey features a broccoli town. Like Flavor Town. But not nearly as fun. And Sparkover decides the dragon throws a pain in the neck, because blue dragons actually don't always get hit by hurt more. They say, oh, it's a lot of fire. That's cute. I'm gonna punch you now.
Yeah, there's that, and the attack power not quite high enough to just swing it away at him yet.
Alright, so the Dragonlord has 2 phases. The first phase is kind of squishy. It's okay. Might cast Dot Spell, which is a free cast for you. It casts Hurt more. And phase 2 has the big Dragonlord Breath and the big swing. The main problem is, if Dragonlord 2, you're fishing for a free round and it doesn't come out for you, and you end the fight with like a little bit less than 1 hit points, you might get ambushed in phase 2 for Dragonlord Breath. So you gotta be careful.
I have to say, another good point being brought up in chat. Poidrac did go Strength Agility, and that could make a huge difference here on the HP gains for Poidrac, even having enough to use a Death Necklace.
That's true. It might be out of the range of Poidrac, but Poidrac, at 2 levels behind, is almost the same power as Sparkover. So the balance is, might not use Death Necklace, but might have enough strength earlier on, and enough resources besides that, to make the dive a bit faster. Like level 16 gives Poidrac 4 or 5 strength. They can feasibly dive.
And we're almost there to level 18 on Sparkover side. And still have a little bit of ways to go. About 1200 to go on Poidrac side for level 16. I think for Sparkover, one more. Yep, that was.
Ooh, 9 power. All right, dive time.
Yeah, I think at that point it's definitely go time.
You see the trail of fire from the cave as Sparkover runs back outside to heal. Okay, so honestly, barring some tragic mismenuing in a certain fight later on, Sparkover should have see basically wrapped up. But we'll see what Trolloc says when she goes down, because Trolloc is a mean place. I mean, you're not happy with the strength. It's not ideal strength, but it's doable strength. With the HP you have and MP in the back pocket you have, yeah. Let's go punch a dragon.
I say right now you'll be doing, if math serves me properly, which sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. I believe 6 to 13.
Yep. So 100, not 120. That's my bad. 20% divided 2 is 13.5. Round down to 13. Divide again. Round down to 6. So 613 seems to be the viable range here. Good chance the treasury might be a fighter's ring. That could help you out.
I'll say a little bit of confusion in chat. So, unfortunately, Dragon Warrior is not kind to you when it comes to math. It doesn't round up. It will always round down. So, even though we have 13.5, when you divide the 27 by 2, it will round down to that 13. No half point damage. And looking at the MP, only 4 MP away from having a nice round 15 heal more.
Yeah, the Sparkler has enough to cast a. She can throw out a Radiant if she wants to. She can throw out a stop spell and you're asleep on enemy to get away faster. One basic heal, the stopgap. Plus, probably have a big pack of herbs in her back pocket, so that'd be helpful.
It's kind of looking like Sparkover may actually take the chance to punch some of the easier enemies, such as the werewolves and wizards on the way down.
Might be easy also, but werewolves are actually pretty quick, so they're actually a little hard to run from. But again, the dragons, the red dragon and the armor knight are the true problems. They don't appear to be appearing on the floor 1, so hopefully the dive might be tamer units if that. Poidrac, meanwhile, keeps the grind going, approaching 10,000 experience points.
And with the first floor being coated in these werewolves, a fair amount of experience will be gained on before getting even off the first floor.
You see again where you have those super low rolls in the werewolves, like they're endgame enemies. They're only found in Sherlock and Vanilla. They're your welcoming party, and they're hitting her for 4 damage sometimes because the defense value was so high, and they're broken so poorly by the formula now.
And Poidrac looking at their stats over here, seeing not quite enough, and that defense power without a silver shield is a little lacking for being on a strength.
Yeah, Poidrac had the opening grind with the belts, which is very clever to bypass the crappy stats of the early part of the game. But Sparkover, some veteran knowledge there. Figured out that I can do this crazy 5-step gold grind in a Garanham. Because I died, went to the castle, went to Garanham, and never left the one cave. So by process of sheer luck. I think a gold grind. Again, Sparkover heading down south. The farther down you go in Charlock, a little windier. The level 4 or 5 has, the infinite staircase, and I believe there's a branch off path somewhere to go to the vanilla sword chest, which is all the way down, all the way back up. Shiniko in chat. The XP rewards increase in rando, not precisely. If you do chaos, they can be. Chaos can maximize or minimize things randomly, but we do have our levels set to lower thresholds, so we gain levels faster because we don't need to get 20 points level 1. We need to get 5. And some enemies actually, the Spectre I recall is not worth trouble, and that's tweaked a bit to make it more balanced towards what it should be for a tier 3 enemy.
And a question being answered in chat there. Yes, the XP rewards for the non-boosted experience. We are playing with very fast levels here, but the experience itself is based on the Game Boy port. Rather, the Game Boy Advance port.
Yeah, it's definitely a better version. It's got a lot of choices, a few oddball things. Actually, a bank. If you can't go to the bank, you can save your money, so you don't have to be ambushed by a rogue golem somewhere and suddenly lose all your cash. So, has a lot of interesting quality of life choices that make the game a lot of fun to play and much faster.
And considering the vanilla game itself, for the non-manipulated run, will run you around 5.5 to 6 hours, depending on how your luck goes. Whereas, of course, the manipulated run, it'll run you just a little over 20. And Sparkover checking for the ring. I don't believe it was found.
No ring. A few keys, a few torches. Some gold. However, the ring can be in vanilla sword chest all the way back on the top of Charlock, or it could be in Garen's grave, which remains a mystery. But Sparkover has not used any heal mores yet, so to her credit, she is not actually using resources on the way down here. We're again lamenting the lack of big strength boost. Hopefully next level they'll find a little more than Sparkover found at 17. But it's still going to be close, especially with no shield and limited armor.
I believe it would actually be impossible for Poidrac to find a big strength boost on 17 where Sparkover didn't.
Maybe 2 points versus 1.
It would be nice.
Yeah, it's probably going to be an extra point extra, but it'll still be 80, which will still be super borderline.
I'm actually a little bit more surprised with the strength agility build on Poidrac's side that the agility boost hasn't come yet.
Here's your boss, the Golem.
That one's on you. You did state, might want that flute for the Golem boss in Charlock, so we can blame Seawolf for that.
I speak from terrible experience, that's all. I've seen these things happen. You went there for the Wraith that me and G-Man had 2 years ago. It was a Chaos Seed. There was a Wraith in the overworld that was a terror. It was maximum agility, ungodly strength, so many hit points, and it was just all spells. And guess who's sitting on Charlock in front of the Dragon Lord's Castle waiting to see us?
I have to apologize for that. I was actually there. I believe I rolled that.
You made the Wraith.
That one, yeah. You can. I'll take full blame for that. I made that dumpster fire of a Chaos Seed.
Yeah, it was extra 8 levels of grinding just to get past that Wraith. The Dragon Lord was a joke. We took him and suplexed him and made a show of it. But that Wraith was something else. I think with Chaos, you get more rewards. Things can be funny, it can be easy. But the occasional you'll find a monster that says, nope, I don't care how much you grind, I'm going to kill you.
That's Chaos is definitely a whole nother level here, and looks like we have a little bit of a grind in front of the Dragon Lord here from Sparkover. Only 400 experience away from level 19.
She's either trying to heal or gain a level. She's healing doing fantastic. She's trying to gain a level. It's not working out too well because enemies are saying, "I don't want to be part of that mess."
Yeah, I have to say, I wouldn't want any of what Sparkover is right now either. A little bit painful to be whacked with that sword.
Some commercial Italian guy with a giant sword and armor. Just leave him alone.
What XP is level 19? It is 16,000 and 750? 16,750, I think? Or is it 16,500?
It's 750. No, 5. There's the chart.
Okay, so everybody in chat is letting us know it is 16,500, so here we go. And that extra 2 attack power will come in handy. It means we're doing 7 to 14 now at least.
All right, Poidrac dives to the castle.
And we see a kind Dragon Lord just using some stop spell.
Ooh, the kindest Dragon Lord. 3 stop spells.
And that'll do Dragon Lord 1. No damage taken.
What a generous soul.
But we get ambushed by Dragon Lord 2, so Dragon Lord 2 not quite so nice.
That's fair. that's only what had to happen after giving 3 stop spells or 3 stop spells to Sparkover. All right, Poidrac is trying to dive carefully, I believe, and running. Yes, so Poidrac's trying to avoid enemies the best he can.
Yeah, Poidrac will be going for the gain the level on the way down strat, I believe.
Yeah, we're seeing low damage Sparkover, but again, a few rounds of doubles hacks, HP and defense coming in handy, and the sheer mass of MP.
And a high roll there for 13, so that'll definitely help.
All right, about halfway through the fight now. There's your double again. Just be very careful with your button presses. Make sure there's no accidental up and down on the spell menu.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to throw a accidental hurt more out. It has happened.
Unless it hits.
I mean, it's a 1 in 16 chance of hitting, and it'll hit for a hefty amount.
You see the whole minute of fighting. Like a genius. But no, don't do that. That's bad.
That's one of the... I don't have enough attacks left to take out the Dragon Lord, so Hail Mary hurt more and hope it hits.
Poidrac, for a much lower level, is basically making their way through the castle pretty smoothly. Until Armor Knight says, "May I see your ticket?" Nope, okay, gets away. Very good. Very good.
Only level 17, though. So, about to hit the bottom floor, and not enough attack power really to take on the Dragon Lord here.
Right, Dragon Lord goes down, Sparkover side. She has cleared the game. It's time to head to the throne room.
Just like to point out how the Dragon Lord here with Arquista looks, or rather Christine from Arquista's ring, looks a little bit like Maleficent.
Here we go. There's your finish. 128.45 for Sparkover. Effectively I want to say like a 113 because you stopped 50 minutes in the race and reset. So 115 more or less from Sparkover and RTA timing. And Poidrac might be diving now simply the fact that they know that it's been an hour and a half. No, that done's coming any second now. I need to try and take a dive here and see what happens.
Boy, the encounter rate on that bottom floor, though.
It's a slow slog through this whole floor. But for all that slogging, Poidrac has gotten through the bottom floor with no spells cast.
And Poidrac does have the flute, so fluting the golem here will make it a little easier on Poidrac.
Yeah, Z-Man is a very clever trade up there. She decided to sell some metal slimes by the start. Decided rather than trying to fight these, magicians, these ghosts that are killing me, let me have no strength, find a metal slime, and punch it until it gives up because it won't run away at such a low strength. And that really quintupled her experience points over Poidrac, who also cleverly grabbed a bunch of cursed belts, sold them all for money, and bought gear. So both openings were pretty clever. They're both very skilled openings for a really crappy opening seed.
Yeah, both options were great ideas. Poidrac selling off cursed belts to pick up some gear. Unfortunately, having just a club and a small shield. If there had been a hand axe, I think Poidrac would have had a much better chance with that strategy.
Yeah, the money was there. Just Poidrac could not get anything better than a club. If there was a copper sword there was a hand axe, like you said, there's a good chance that the grind could have gone a little more smoothly. And if Poidrac spent one more level grinding up at the beginning to get level 6 and find Hurt more, there's been a hole in the ball game as well.
And a question in chat from Metasigma, is 20 still the max level? Max level is actually 30, but that is still the max.
All right, Poidrac going in for 17. Again, fighting hard with the stats they've got. By the ping, ping, ping I hear, Sparkover is in the chat room.
Dingle.
Welcome, Sparkover, and congratulations.
Thank you. That was an adventure.
That's your second adventure. The first adventure, how'd that first adventure go for you before you decide, let me try this again?
When I saw there was a metal slime, it was too much to resist to just think about it, because when I saw the first one, I knew that I was maybe one off of it running, and when it ran, I'm like, oh my gosh, am I actually going to dedicate to this? And I did, and I think overall it was a good decision.
Yes, Poidrac, or Poidrac, I should say, instead with that cave 5-6 times, got a bunch of belts, and ran to Garanham and bought themselves a club and some armor.
I like that.
It was both openings are very clever. Both openings were very like oh, okay, I got lemons. Hang on, I got lemonade. Let's go. So both openings had that for you. Just that your opening gave you Hurt more, and their opening gave them a club.
Yeah, I don't think I saw the town until after I got the Hurt more.
Yeah, you went west first, which took you to a desert of pain and suffering. And Poidrac went east and found Garanham and all the towns.
Yeah, I like that. I love it when the cursed belt can be useful, because it gets such a bad reputation.
Well, those who are familiar with you know that you love your corsets, and there were plenty of them to be had. We even got a Sparkover bridge.
Shoutouts to Sparkover for searching that tile. Oh, wait.
It was fantastic. And Poidrac here, we're seeing the struggle with ZL2. Again, I think the numbers have been too low, unfortunately. Went diving knowing that time was of the essence, and had bare bones stats across the board. Gave it a go anyway. Probably hoping to find the fighter's ring in the treasury, and just didn't work out that way.
Yeah, I went for that, and I was, yelling at the Dragon Lord. It's like, what do you need all these keys for?
Yep. No, it was a Frame Treasury Garen's grave. Nobody found Garen's grave. We have no idea what's there. And vanilla chest obviously is a possible location. But fighter's ring is at large.
Well, there had to have at least been a fighter's ring, and I think the other corset would have been there as well, unless that was in the treasury in Sherlock and I missed.
No, I don't believe it was there. Aw.
Sadness. Poidrac gives their all.
Yeah, it was a very... All of those last levels were just kind of like, is it time now? Is it time now? And it never quite was, and I just gave up thinking that I could fight my way down. And then when we got down there, I didn't quite have enough, and I really wasn't sure, because I was on the fence about level 18. Like, I think with the right double attacks, it could have worked, but it was also at a risk. Let's see. Oh, defense was 88, so it's one of those things that could have gone either way.
Yeah, you were pretty strong and set. It'd have been rolling the dice a bit. But I mentioned that we're paying the sins for level 2, because level 2 was like, I think 14,988. So like, yeah, the first part of the siege, once you killed that first enemy, you got a whole bunch of stats. And then the rest of the siege, you were trying to get like, oh, here's level. Here, have 2 strength. I have 3. I'm feeling generous today.
Did Poidrac end up searching the coordinates? I was just curious whereabouts it was.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, it says you have the flute. Do you remember whereabouts it was on the map?
We had to go north. It was towards the. You had to go around the first bend, like past the mountain cave. Go left a bit.
Yeah.
And then you had to like go around. It's like a bending arm. You had to go back around and curl back towards it. It was a real pain to have to find. It took about 8 minutes to home in on it. The enemies and the coordinates, and obviously, literally at the same time you found the token, they found the flute. So a lot of coin flips went different ways for both of you this race. Where if I gained 1 more level, like you were at level 1 and got to level 6 immediately and got hurt more. Poidrac got to 5 and started searching the world. Like, I'm at level 5. I have a few spells. I have some armor. Let's start searching. So they found all the stuff where things were. They found Hawk's Nest. They found Charlock. They found all the towns. They found keys really early on. They never got to level 6 until like a half hour later, and that was where Hurtmore was hiding.
Yeah, one of my greatest fears, like when you're committed to resetting to do something specific, there's always a risk that, Hurtmore is going to be right at the next level. And, if your competitor gets there, then that is definitely risky. So, when I learned it, I didn't know which level it was, obviously, because I went up straight to level 6, but it was like, well, time to go.
Yeah, it's nice when the game gives you doesn't give you a choice. Like, nope, you have Hurtmore Healmore now. Go out there and kill the monsters.
Well, Healmore took a long, long time to get to us.
Yeah, as I was mentioning too, the armor was a big boon for both of you. You found it pretty early on. Actually, you found the sword early. Poidrac was 3 steps to the sword and got killed by a red dragon.
Aww.
So didn't find the sword for like an hour past that point. That was a huge... again, you missed it. You missed the red dragon in the mountain cave.
I don't think I saw a single red dragon the entire thing, actually. I saw a few armored knights in Sherlock, but, I ran from them flawlessly because 76 agility is a lot.
This Poidrac was driving a little too fast with a spoiler in the back of the car, and the fun police said, not my town.
Nah.
But again, going back to grind for level 18 and see what they find there. And with their build, that might actually have a little bit of a boost that might be enough to get the job done. But we will see.
Yeah, I imagine there should be at least a decent agility boost coming up here on this next level as well.
That'll help. Again, they got downstairs. Like, Poidrac got through Charlock without casting a spell. Like, Poidrac went down there and negated the entirety of Charlock and didn't cast Heal More, Sleep, anything. So they got down there with full resources available to them. And just had not enough oomph to get the Wrangler down.
Yeah, I feel like I was definitely, from the beginning, pretty worried. Just because, when you see a metal slime right beside the start, it's frightening no matter what the situation. Even if, you've started with enough strength for them to run from you, there's always the chance for, someone to get one right away. So, but I figured because I knew I could be guaranteed to kill one, it would probably still get me, to the 255 experience faster than, moving normally. Though I did maybe if I saw Garenham, I would have thought about selling the Cursed Belt plan, but that's really smart on Poidrac's part. I love that move.
thinking to myself that Poidrac's not really known for Dragon Warrior Randomizer. I'm not sure if they play it on the side here and there. They're basically known for free enterprise, and they have that kind of, frankly, like experienced strategy, knowing this respawns every time I walk in this cave. I can go to this thing 8 times and sell it all. That's not a rookie move. That's not a amateur plan. It's very clever.
Yeah, I mean, going into the race, I had no idea what to expect myself, just because I don't think I've seen Poidrac play a single game of this. So, it's always interesting to see what's going to come out of that.
If they knew where to go, and in the caves that they were in, they had the map navigation pretty well set. So they went north, and Mountain Cave, which cost them. But as Nescard said, I go north first too, because 2 chests right there. Go get it. So, Mountain Cave routing is a run-by-run of choice. That's not really a mistake. I go north too. So just bad luck with that dragon. That's all. All right, Poidrac 18. Actually, a pretty reasonable strength boost there. Now we're at 87. So Poidrac should be able to take care of business now. So the NPCs let him through. Here we go.
They're tricksters. Gosh, I had to keep such careful track of how many keys I had just to be sure to, not run out. So I could, enter and exit the somewhat faster way. But I wasn't sure if it was worth it overall, entering and exiting all those times and doing 1 death warp to fill up on the keys or not. It's just one of those small things that I don't really know the exact difference between the two.
I mean, it's kind of randomized, and also once you get inside, you can't see how the people are inside the castle until you open the door and it loads the castle inside, and it's like, oh, by the way, they're all a 4x4 block in front of the exit. That's why I'm waiting for them to move.
Yeah, they get very in the way when you really don't want them to. I'm sorry I have keys on things. I'm just making background noise happen. Well, looks like it's adventure time.
Marching back. Yep, Poidrac marching back to Charlock. Do some work. Also, your gold grind was very very unique, that gold grind of yours.
Yeah, by the time I went into the cave in Garenham, I believe, it was guaranteed for it to be one of, the darker caves, and knowing that the 3 chests were in the town, I could make a gold grind work. So it was just kind of a matter of prioritizing for me, because I knew with the coordinates I wanted to get the princess, but I also knew I wanted to find Hawksness, and I wanted the silver shield. So, I figured silver shield first, because that would help me protect the princess better with no heal spells. And then from then on, it just kind of wrote itself. I found Hawksness, and that was the token, so I didn't need to protect her. Sorry, Gwaelin, but Wario was very selfish.
Let's say pretty sure about that princess you were protecting so well with that shield.
It worked for a little bit until I realized that she was useless to me. And, Wario only has 2 things on his mind, which I think is money and garlic. So, she just didn't quite fit the cut.
Yeah, it's doing it 2 hands. It's like, well, hell is money? Hell is garlic? Sorry, Toots, you gotta go. Alright, so Poidrac again. Shock's not a threat. The enemies can't really hurt them that badly. You got enough agility to get away from most enemies. So the problem's not getting there. The problem was, finishing the job with the lower strength. The little boost in that last level shouldn't be a problem. There it is. Race is starting to wind down a bit. We're seeing the last, stretch for Poidrac. I'll let you all know there are tons of races tonight. We have a whole bunch. If I find my schedule, I'll tell you. Schedule. Who's got the schedule? Here we are. So going on now, I believe, yes. Now, Empty and Alan Heffley are playing on Randomania. In about a half hour, we'll be seeing Third Wolf and Algebrap on Randomania 3. And then later on tonight, we have at 10, Meadows and Smashy on RPG Limit Break. This guy, Captain Green, doing a double with Melee and Smashy, also at 10 o'clock. And 11:15 is Amazing Toaster and J-Man, 1865 on Randomania. Like dragons, they like warriors, and the clash of the two things combined. Got plenty of choices. All right, Poidrac heading back towards that golem. Well, I cursed you with that by mistake. Like 20 minutes in, I said, "Oh yeah, that's great to find the fairy flute," and you don't care about it until the golem shows at the very end of the race, and it seems terrible for you. And
Oh
then
my
sure enough, the
gosh,
golem's
those
right there.
golems. So when I first went to the Sherlock, actually,
The
the golem
tease.
got hurt, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this is great!" And then it never used it again.
We did the same thing. Like, oh, it's gonna hurt, sweet, and then just like, oh, by the way, here's my left hand, and start swinging
Yeah.
repeatedly over and over again.
That was so awful. But thankfully, I was able to kind of punch my way through this one. Though,
Yeah,
Fairy Flute is going to help you save your resources here.
Yeah, Poidrac has the fairy flute, so golem was not a threat to Poidrac.
Excuse me.
Yeah, the best golems in the game are hurt stop spell golems. Have you ever come across a golem casting hurt and stop spell? No. You got me. Just start swinging your sword. There we are. Shake of our attentive golem friend. Done and done. Uncle Wizzy. This should be fine. Again, down to the bottom with no lost resources. So this fight might still be a little bit of a gamble, but the odds are certainly in the favor of Poidrac. And like your Dragon Lord one, which is beyond tame, this one's casting hurt more repeatedly. And the ambush.
And Dragon Lord 2 is known for his ambushes, alright.
Yeah, somehow you missed the fact that he turned into a 20-foot tall blue monster in front of your eyes.
Well, maybe you just turn around, strike a victory pose, and then it's like, yes, I did it! And then he creeps up behind you without you realizing.
He just gets so close, though. Look at those short arms. Look how tiny they are. Now, Drogon Lord. That's a whole nother thing.
So, are we saying that the Dragon Lord is descended from the T-Rex? Very tall, very large, short arms.
I'm talking about the eye test. My eyes say teeny little arms. Maybe he has like 5 femurs, folded up on each other and surprises you with a long punch. I have no idea. But to my knowledge, tiny little arms there.
I'm gonna go with the Dragon Lord hat. He must kick you. There's no way he's punching you with those little arms.
Panzer, I have to assure you, my long arms have done nothing but give me more chores to do. Those the short arms are blessed. I'm cursed to grab the top shelf stuff.
Ah, that's true. There's also the good old-fashioned tail whip. It just whips around and wha!
Alright, again, this fight going fairly steady. No swings here. Yeah, low punch here would be nice. No, not going to happen. Again, the lack of silver shield can be a factor here.
That is true, but still, 80 defense power is pretty good here. Could always just, maybe he doesn't even, I've got a few other suggestions: headbutts, wing attack. Maybe he just runs up on you and just gives you a big old body slam.
I mean, it's not the Dragon Monk, it's the Dragon Lord. All right, get the nitty gritty here. We'll see the last few swings how they turn out. Oh no, looking low.
Or oh, you know what? I got it. He just gives you a big old belly bump like the is it jargons from later series?
Oh yeah. Oh no.
So close.
So again, like I said, it was definitely a dice roll there. The ambush definitely was a problem. The triple hurt more and the general one fight was definitely a problem. Not an ideal combat situation.
Yeah, without the ambush, might have had it there.
I do feel bad about this because this is definitely a troublesome fight. Dragon Lord, if you have a long trek to the Charlock, all the way down to Charlock, and you miss it by that much.
Poor Christine's just trying to get onto loop 2, but
All right, grabs the keys, not get surprised in case there's another trip to Garenham and Sora. Gotta be careful about that. We got 144. Let's see. I do believe in our tracker we can probably find the actual number to hunt for. Show me a monster.
I mean, there's several monsters that could be shown.
All right, top 5 answers on the board. Name me a monster you find in Nilfgaard.
I'm gonna go with slime.
Yep, number 1 answer. There's like 8,000 kinds of slime around here. All right, but here we go. So we'll see a Poidrac. There it is. It's so cute. Okay. Now Poidrac, we'll see if it goes back in with the same stats. Maybe grinds 19 on the way down. We'll see if they're going to just roll as they are, or say, that's just bad luck. I'm going to again and get 2 more swings and be good to go.
I mean, there's a bit of a deficit from 18 to 19, so I don't imagine Poidrac will do any grinding here. Just looks like probably another try, and I have to say at this point, if I'm Poidrac, if I don't get it on this try, I'm gonna throw in the towel.
Yeah, Dragon War Randomizer again is a very, as randomizers go, it is blatantly cruel to you. It definitely doesn't care how you feel. It will definitely throw unfair things at you. Enemies that have too much power for the area can be lurking in all places. You will die in a seed. It's not a a not gonna like something's gonna kill you. You get ambushed by something with sleep attack and punch to death. Somebody hit you hurt more out of the gates. I was playing seed today that when I put in the delight or terror seeds, and every enemy in the zone 0 had hurt more. So, tells them.
And let's not forget, there's always the possibility of the enemies that just start out with Dragonlord breath, and I mean, without the armor, you're almost guaranteed to die to that, and especially in the early level.
Yeah, a lot of the games, a lot of the big game attacks like sleep early level is dangerous because you have like 10 hit points. So 2 rounds of free monster punching probably kills you. Hurt probably kills you. Both breaths probably kill you. Hurt more kills you. So it just if anything rolls an ability about the spellcast, you're probably in trouble.
And Mr. Spokes in chat wants to see somebody say yes, which I have to say I have done one time out of all the randomizers I've done. I did it once, and it's an interesting thing to see for sure.
In the Game Boy remake, they throw you out of the castle and put you in Rumbledar saying, "I had the craziest dream."
You know, I've never actually played the Game Boy Color remake.
A few little quirky things that they have that at the bank. Yeah, and then she simply just He said, okay, fine, take a long break, lasso you, and screen goes red. So I assume you probably have multiple daggers in your back, if not other areas.
I mean, it seems like a pretty lucrative offer, you know, just take half the world,
I mean, speaking from a lawful evil perspective, say I can take half the world, or I can kill you and take the whole world.
I mean, if that's you know that if that's how you see it, sure. I mean, I'm more chaotic neutral myself.
Anyway, good old Lotto here is he's lawful paladin. He's here to find shiny ball, find princess girl, and found a kingdom somewhere else. Doesn't even take it, give it to him. He's like, here, have my kingdom. He's like, no, man, no. I'm legally obligated to not take this kingdom.
At least Poidrac was the gallant one, and you know did go ahead and bring back the princess.
Yes, I mean the tour is nice. Sparkover giving the princess the world tour after her cloistered upbringing in the castle basement probably was very nice of her, but didn't bring her back home unfortunately. All right, round 3, Draco Lord.
Oh boy, look at that hero run on Poidrac.
Oh yes, ruler. Yeah, you missed it. Red Dragon is why Poidrac didn't find the sort of urge until like 45 minutes in. It was right there for Chest Mountain Cave. Yeah, real bad luck. Let's say a few coin flips here. Missing level 6 for hurt more. Missing the sword because the dragon killed him. Been a lot of like coin flip luck that went in Poidrac's favor.
I know. I'm sure we have all felt similar pains. I know there's the pain of having dug all of the grave, but before you could get to the very last chest in the very bottom, something sends you back home, and you say, it's just one chest. There's plenty of other chests I still have to check. And well, that's that one chest you kind of needed to check.
I've had a few seeds where I've gone north, gone right, gone south, then left. Oh, by the left is like 3 towns, Rimmaldar, and a free set of armor. Just like, oh no, I'm so far behind.
Well, Poidrac at Maleficent again. You know, that makes a lot of sense here, because I distinctly remember Maleficent turning into a big dragon.
The lore. Can you fit the name Charming into your name? Is that a viable option? No, Charmless. That's already a joke in the series. Never mind.
Charlet.
Can't do the same joke twice. There you go. No ambush. Big swing.
I'd have to look into it, but I have to say it would be entirely possible to recolor the Dragon Lord 2 sprite to be more Maleficent looking for when Christine's being played.
Oh, we're gonna start doing the free enterprise thing. We're gonna have random Dragon Lord forms. Wilson Dragon, Loch Ness Monster. Poor McGrew. Save us, McGrew. Save us from ourselves.
Remake Dragon Lord 2 to a staircase. That'd be great.
That's pretty awful. But it works out well.
You must run through 4 times. Then, and only then, do you get to fight the real boss.
Now we must take the stairs. Again, there's the last time. A little bit of rolls, no ambush, much healthier opening. That 6 won't help you, but definitely going a lot more smooth this time around.
Yeah, it seems like some much higher rolls happening here. The only problem with it is the sprites that they use to make up the enemies. It's a bit of a pain because the tile sets are a very large amount of 8x8 pieces that you have to put together to make the sprite for the enemy. So it would take quite a bit of doing.
Alrighty. Trailer down yet again. Always looked at that way at the end. Poidrac takes down the Dragon Lord, heads back home.
And once again, Maleficent has been defeated.
She'll be gone forever. So Kingdom Hearts 4 in 20 more years.
And just shy of getting the 2 hours.
So close. Finishing off 2 hours and 48 seconds. Second place here, taking down the Dragon Lord. A hard fought battle. Again, opening strats. No, given the situation, totally admirable. Great choice. Just didn't get that one level to get to hurt more. That costs so much time. And the Dragon with the Urge Sword. Just 2 really just whims of luck going against Poidrac this race. Poidrac, come on by for a bit of elaborate.
Well, while we're waiting, I'm just going to take a second to thank our commentators, our tracker, and as well our restreamer who jumped in at the last minute to make sure things were able to actually go. So thank you very much for the whole crew, Cyberdark, RyuSeishin, and the Seawolf. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody, but if I am, thank you as well.
Thanks, McGrew.
Z-Man did do a fair bit of that tracking. I don't remember if I'm a little out of sorts, so you may have said that. I don't.
Thank you, Zedman.
Indeed. I believe Poidrac, unfortunately, is suffering from the push-talk curse, which we all have.
Poidrac had stopped.
Maybe I am.
There we are. Welcome, welcome.
Oh, yeah. GG, Sparkover. How close was I on that first attempt? Does anyone know?
You were the first real attempt you had was, I think, 114, and then 144 for the second try, I believe.
I thought I was close on the well, I sort of knew I was close on the second one. I wasn't too sure on the first one, but I knew I was going to be coming in from behind on this. I felt I was in front maybe once, and it's near the start when I actually found some of the early items. But when it comes to grind and just getting through fights, I feel Sparkover definitely has the edge there, so I'm not really surprised that I would have lost from that point.
Go back and watch the VOD, because for the first 15 minutes of this race, you had it in the hand. You used that very clever trick with the cursed belts. You grabbed all the belts and sold them in Garanham, which is a move, it's not an amateur move. It's a very clever, very tricky move to use when you have nothing around you but cursed belts and enemies that want to kill you. So you got your gear, you grind up there, The problem is you stopped at 5. You went to level 6, you would have got hurt more right there. Blown hole seat open for you. You had the armor first. You had those items first. You had the gear first. You saw the towns first. You saw Hawk's first. Just didn't get that extra level to really start blowing the seat open. And also the bad luck in that mountain cave. Urza's sword was right there for you, and the Dread Dragon killed you. And you were right so close to it, you never got to it, unfortunately.
Yeah, when I went back there and saw that, I thought, darn, but it's fine. Sometimes the red dragons are just going to be what red dragons are. They're there as roadblocks. You can't really do too much about them when you're at low levels, so you just have to take it on the chin. And so I did, went back a bit later and got it and just continued from there. Nothing really I could do.
Yeah, it's just Nation of the Beast. I've had seeds where they've been all over the place, and I've gotten the Charlock and been murdered repeatedly by dragons, and my opponent wins a half hour faster and says, "Oh, what dragons?" And just didn't see a dragon in Charlock. It happens. It's luck of the draw with Randomizer.
Indeed. I do hope that I made the race at least a little bit entertaining up until the end, and I do apologise that it kept everyone a little bit too late. Too late. We do have another race coming up, so hopefully they can go into that and have a bit of fun watching that one as well.
It's all good. You put the grind on. There was no dilly-dallying. You were grinding when you had to. You had the stats for it, and you rolled dice. Same stats. So 18, first time you close, second time you won. So you had the stats for it. Just, ambushed, a little bit of bad luck. The Dragon Lord one was not as friendly the second time around. So just a little bit of here and there luck flipped it in his favor. But I know you put the fight up there, and you went the right time. You knew what you had to do and what you had to get to stand a chance to win, and tried that. So there's no shame in waiting for the stats and going for it.
Yeah, there's been no shame in this. It's one I've actually felt now that I performed very well in this one, a lot better than I thought I would. So yeah, GG to Sparkover. We'll see what comes up in the rest of the tournament. I'm going to keep going, hopefully keep improving, and who knows, I might actually win one.
Look forward to seeing future options. And again, I'll mention a few times in this broadcast that Chris Belt grabbing and selling was is a genius move. If you see that in your races and you have that chance, it's not a gold chest, it's not a gold grind, but if you have nothing to use and you have Chris Belts for free, take them and sell them. You die, they stay in your inventory. That's a genius move. Gets you, chainmail, gets you a good sword. From someone that I never saw do a race to this, and I've been playing the game for years. I haven't seen you do a race of it ever. To do that first time I see you is, high end move. It's a very good work.
I'm glad it worked out, and it might come in and handy for other people. Yeah, I just wish it was slightly better gear than what it was, but that's all.
Yeah, I was commenting on that myself. That if a club and a small shield, if only it was something like a hand axe. Hand axe would have been really great there.
Yeah, I would have been happy with that. I would have been happy with the copper sword. The copper sword was really my main goal with that, and maybe some chainmail. But I had to just take what I could get, and sure there were other towns later, but I didn't know them at the time. I couldn't find they weren't in my radar, so I just had to go with what I had.
That was very good work across the board. So, bad luck in the first dive. Took what you had and worked with it. The town had the better gear. More power to you, but you took it. No, you didn't lump about it. You just grabbed it and went to work. So, very impressive. And we'll see more of you next week and the week after and the week after and the week after. So, just keep on cracking at it.
Will do. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you very much. And Sparkover and Ryu, any last words before we move on to the ongoing races?
Thank you for the race, Poidrac. It was a lot of fun to do. And thank you very much for making good use of the cursed belt, because some people give that a bad reputation for, being useless, and you made use of it, and this is why, I will cheer for the cursed belt. But anyway, good luck in the rest of the tournament.
You too.
Ready, Ryu? You ready to go?
I
We have a
think
race on the
that'll.
side here.
Yep, I think that'll just about do it for us here for now. We do have that race that is going on over on Randomania 1, and we'll be back on RPG Limit Break at 10 for another race. And that will actually be a double race, so there'll be 4 people on your screen to watch.
We get that race there. Another race coming up. Double race 10 o'clock, and then 11:15. If you're still awake, there's yet another race. That'll be back, I believe, here on Limit Break. Let's see how it goes. Until then, we'll see you around. Play Dragon Warrior today, tomorrow, and for a good long time. Hope you'll see you in all these other races. Enjoy your evenings.